so far, like looking at internships and entry level tech roles, what's really emphasized is like, do you have the technical skill that's relevant to this job? And of course, I think like you said, at the beginning of your career, you're going to need to have that high level of technical ability. But I'm curious if you can kind of maybe point out what you think are maybe the most important of those soft skills in terms of what it means to be a good leader, and also what it means to be like someone that's entering the workforce.
I think particularly earlier in the career, that soft skills do become important. And I tell you, probably the number one thing is, if I'm tying it back to, you have the opportunity to explore and do different things and think about things differently, the next most important skill is the ability to help whoever you're working with understand why that's important. Because, you know, lots of people have great ideas. The ability to actually articulate that down in a way that is digestible, that is actionable, that someone can do something with, is probably the next most important thing. Because, you know, I see a lot of people who have a great idea but can't articulate it or framing it in a way that's actually going to be actionable, and as a result they get frustrated. It is a skill. That is a skill. And the second thing you can do is, even though you're doing your thing, is be sensitive to whoever is managing you, because a manager can make such a big impact on you as an individual. They advocate for you, they support you, they help you, they manage you. If you can understand what is going to make your manager successful and help them, you will be rewarded in all sorts of ways. So having those two, just working on those two things is super important. So, and I would say the other flip side of that is, if you get into a role and you're not quite sure that you have a manager who is going to be good at that, it's a
sign. Yeah.
Join the company, leave the manager is something which is pretty common. So yeah, it's a sign for sure.